Valley Club, after a lot of trial and error, we finally have an unkillable clan boss team. Pretty budget friendly, one void epic, one void rare character, and the rest of it gets kind of interchangeable. We're going to talk about what we did and some of the problems we ran across, and if you're trying to build this team, how to solve some of these problems. So if you're ready for Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin raid channel. I'm ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we are going to talk about the unkillable clan boss team. It's been around for a while, but I was having trouble tuning this thing exactly to get it to go all 50 turns for the clan boss. But yeah, we've figured out a lot of the problems. We're gonna talk about what we did to solve these problems. And if you get some value for this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bells so you know as soon as a brand new ValleyFlyin video goes up. At least 6 pieces of raid challenges and kind of every single week on this channel. But let's jump into the game and talk about the two characters that are required. And it is one epic and one rare, both voids, so they're not like the easiest to pull. But if you get a man-eater and a painkeeper, that is pretty much all you need for this. Now, I'm 2-keying Nightmare and unfortunately, or 2-keying Ultra Nightmare, and unfortunately, our last test had a 2-key of Ultra Nightmare, so we didn't quite get all the big stuff. But yeah, but once you get these characters, all you need is a stun target, which we're gonna talk about. That's where a lot of the problems that I had, from getting the speed to match and everything syncing, it's not that much of a problem, but getting the clan boss to choose the right stun target was where we had problems, and obviously increasing our damage. Now, if you just want one of the best damage dealers or early game budget damage dealers for a clan boss, you could get that for free in Fain. Now, I don't have a Fain on my account. If you look, it's not there yet, but if you want to get a free Fain, starting off a brand new account, getting off to one of the best starts in Raid Shadow Legends, all you need to do is use the QR code up there or the link in the description to start off a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account, because not only will you get Fain, you're gonna get 3 legendary characters and 3 total epic characters as well. You're gonna start off with Karato Fox Hunter, then you're gonna get Uugo at level 10, Tagoar at level 20, Fayne at level 30. So yeah, right off the bat, you're gonna get Fayne. I think I reached level 25 in like day 1, so right on day 2, you probably get Fayne. But there is also a calendar for Lemonisi, the Goldwing, another legendary character that you get for free after logging in 7 days. And you also get to choose one legendary character with a starter code. Yes, all new players can choose one legendary character. My recommendation would be to get Tholen Foulbeard, great damage dealer, although Tuhanerak is great and solves a few problems for the clan boss as well. But I chose Sun Wukong, a great character as well. But you can choose from any one of these characters on screen. But let's go to deadwoodjedi.com for the budget man-eater unkillable and the ultimate budget unkillable team with man-eater. Both of them are based around man-eater and painkeeper, and you need a stun target, which is going to absorb that 3rd turn for the clan boss, and then 2 DPS characters. Same thing for this one, the budget unkillable man-eater. However, you need a little less speed for these characters, so it's going to be a little easier to tune. The thing I didn't like about this budget one was that you needed to change the speed of the stun target based on either Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare. So I wanted to not have to worry about that. Now, I did hear that with this budget unkillable man-eater, you are able to do full auto on this, but we went with this one because I didn't want to have to change the speed of the stun target, and that kind of is where a lot of the problem lies. Getting these speeds, matching these speeds, not that much of a problem. The big problem that I had was getting the clan boss to hit the right stun target, and I kind of gave up on it a while. So big shout out to Cleo Rye, who kind of urged me on to do this on stream, and we got it figured out because of him. So big shout out to you, Hulk Fist Bum. So these speeds, like I said, getting these speeds is not that difficult to get these speeds. So man-eater 256 to 257. So if we go in game and check out our man-eater, he's exactly at 256 speed. The next character we want to watch the speed for is Painkeeper, 222 to 226. So if we go in the game and look at our Painkeeper, she's at 226. So on the high end of the speed, but still within the range that we need. And then we need to get a stun target and then 2 DPS characters. So we did get lucky, and we do have a Geomancer on our team. He is going to be our first damaged DPS character. And for him, we have our Geomancer at speed 188. So if we go back to deadwoodjedi.com, here it is, deadwoodjedi.com. You see the first DPS character is 188. And we have a few other DPS characters we're working based on the affinities. So Taragi seems to work a little better on Magic Day, and we have his speed tune at 183, which is in line with the second DPS character at 178 to 185. The other stun target, or the other DPS character that we have, is Mycelic Priest Ornn, and his speed is 184, so right in that range for the DPS character. Now, stun targets, we have two of them. We need them exactly at 129, and that is what I liked about this comp, because you don't need to switch the gear for this character to switch the speed. So the two stun targets that we chose is Kale. Kale's a good stun target because a lot of people choose him as your starter champ, and it's very, very good in the early game. But after a few weeks, I found myself not using Kale, but I had him all built up, had his masteries done. We did need to switch the masteries a little, so I'm going to talk about that, because we, like I said, to get the stun target or to get the clan boss to choose the right stun target did take a little finagling. But as far as his speed, exactly at 129. Now, these speeds that are listed are true speeds. So if you're bringing someone in, actually, for this, you actually want the stun target to be the leader. So you'd probably want to choose a stun target that's not gonna have a speed type affinity to screw up these speeds. So these are the speeds that you see on deadwoodjedi.com are the true speeds. He's at 129. Now, we had to take off some gear because we want him with a lot of health. This should be the highest health character on the team. Second should be Painkeeper, but you don't want that spread to be too much. What it says on deadwoodjedi.com, a max range of 125 difference between Painkeeper and your stun target. Our other stun target is Eris, and she works a little better for the spirit days, I believe. And then Kale is who we use on the magic and the force days. So that is who we use. Now, initially, all the clan bosses are going to be void. However, I'm kind of lucky. I've never seen it on void. As soon as I look at this, we're already in the normal affinity. What happens, the clan boss starts off at void after there's 50% of the damage done, and that is between your entire clan. Then he's going to switch to an affinity. And today we're going to do the force affinities. We've done some other ones on stream, but let's go back and talk about the build a little bit more, because these are pretty important. So let's go back out and talk about what we want to do. Now, with like I said, we want Painkeeper as the second highest character as far as our health, but we want our stun targets as the highest as far as health. So as far as Eris, we have Red, 55,000 HP, a little lower than Kale. Kale is a little higher. And because of the way the stun targeting works, we want them with a lot of HP with very little defense, because of the healing that Painkeeper is going to do, and because of one of these masteries here that we have on. So this is the one that you don't want on your stun target, this one, Life Drinker, because the stun target, you don't want them to heal. You want them with very little health, because that's one of the ways that the clan boss chooses the stun target there. So when you don't want your stun target to be healing up, so you don't want Life Drinker on your stun target, but all your other characters, you do want to have this Life Drinker mastery. There is one other mastery that we had to put on Taragi, because it kept choosing Taragi as a stun target instead of Kale, and that is this mastery right here, Steadfast, and it is going to give him more max HP. But the thing about this, one of the things that the boss does is it chooses a stun target, and if it looks like it's going to kill someone with very low health, that's going to be the first priority. Actually, let's go to deadwoodjedi.com. It's all explained on deadwoodjedi.com. So let's move this over so you can see. So how does the stun targeting work? Well, the boss is going to answer a few questions. The first one, does the champion have low HP? Can he one-shot your champion? So we want him to have very, very low HP. That is a good thing. And the way we're building our characters, all of our DPS, Man-Eater and Painkeeper with a lot of defense, but not a lot of health. So that when Painkeeper does her big heal, they're going to heal a more percentage of their health. It's a larger health pool, whereas the stun target has a high health pool. So they should over time be having less health, and they're not healing up any because they don't have that Life Drinker. So they should have low health. So this one should be set for their negative affinity. We do have 2 stun targets right now to account for the different affinities of the clan boss. Obviously, if you're doing this with the void affinity, you just want to make sure that the clan boss is hitting the right stun target there by having this low HP. But as far as the other thing that boss is going to look at is any buffs on the champion, but not every buff. So interestingly enough, the clan boss does not consider unkillable or block debuffs as buffs, which is the 2 things that Man-Eater puts on the field. So if you have an unkillable or block debuffs, that counts as 0. It's weird, but that's how it works. But increased defense counts as a buff, block damage counts as a buff, counterattack counts as a buff, and that steadfast mastery, for some reason, even though it's not a buff, the clan boss does see it as a buff. So this, if you are getting some wrong targeting, like I was with Taragi, or if one of your characters is not getting the right target, or you're trying to make another team that you need a stun target, this may help. It may or may not help, because you want as few buffs on the stun target as possible so that the clan boss does select the stun target as the actual stun target. Then, do they have the lowest percentage HP remaining of all your team? And if they have a high health pool and they're very low health, the percentage is at a good position. And are they in the leader position? So we're gonna place Kale and Eris in our leader positions. We're gonna use Kale today because we have 2 force affinities. Now, the great thing about deadwoodjedi.com, there's a speed calculator on this, so you can see if you're in sync. Like I said, once you get this in sync, once you get the speeds done, this should be pretty simple to get it in sync. But again, the hard part comes from that stun target. But looking at what is going on in the battle, I hope it helps you understand what is going on with the stun target and what you need to do to help the clan boss choose the correct stun target. So for the calculator, I'm just going to enter the difficulty of the clan boss. In this case, we're going to go Ultra Nightmare. Today is Force, so we put Force in at this section. Kale is our leader. He does not have a speed aura, but if you are choosing someone that does have a speed aura, these would be the true speeds. So take that in mind as you're building up your characters. Like, for example, if you had a speed aura of 5, all of these true speeds would go up a little bit more. So we want to bring that back down. Now, one of the things that was confusing to me, because we don't want to start off just on auto, and it's not really easy to set up in the team building. For Ultra Nightmare, we want Man-Eater to open with his A3. That is normal. That is full on. But Painkeeper, we want to do A1, then A2, then A1, then A3. And I was playing with this a little while, and we got this figured out. So we want to start Painkeeper with the A1. So that is proper in this section. Then we want we want Painkeeper to do A1. So that, what we're going to do is delay the A1. We needed to delay the A2 as well. So now she's going to start with the A1. Next is the A3. That is not correct, because we want to go with after the A on here. We want A1, then A2, then A1 again, then A3. So we're going to up the delay of the A2. We want that delay up. So now she's going, actually, of the A3 again. So A1, then A2, then A3. So we need to delay the A3 one more time there. So now if we look at A1, then Painkeeper goes A2, then she goes A1, then A3, then we should be in sync. And the way to tell if he's in sync is on this first turn here. So we have Man-Eater A3 that gives the unkillable buffs for this turn and this next turn. And it should keep on the stun target, because they're going slow enough. This should not fall off while the clan boss is selecting the stun target. Again, these aren't buffs that the clan boss considers. So even though unkillable and a block debuffs, you're good on this. So then we have Painkeeper and then Man-Eater again on this next turn. Turn 9, Man-Eater A3. Turn 12, Man-Eater A3. So we should be good as far as the sync, as long as we don't screw it up and enter everything correctly. So let's go in the game and start this off. So a couple things with some of the characters there. So for example, on one of the teams here, let's go and look at these moves here in this team building setup. So as far as the team with Taragi, so this is the team that I was using for Taragi here. And one thing with Taragi, if we look at this, he dies very easily if we do this A3. So we've turned that off. Place a shield buff on equal to this champion's max HP and ally protection buff on this champion. And then heals. All that stuff is good, but it was getting him killed. So we turned that off. if there are certain moves that you are going after and the boss is not doing them. This actually was screwing us up a little as well. So when I set this back up to default, this was working. So if you're not getting everything like you wanted, just watch these. Make sure that they are, it is all set up, because just one little thing off can throw off that stun target of the clan boss. So we are our force day. We're going to use our force team. If we look, we don't have too much setup. We don't want Kale using his acid rain. It will fill the turn meter of champion each killed, but that's not the important part. The important part for this one is we want poisons. Kale's not a big damage dealer, but he will put big poison here with 2.5% debuffs. Dark Bolt, he is putting the little poison, and I think we might be able to switch his mastery up to Nature's Wrath to increase the chance of this also being a big poison there. But we've turned off Acid Rain, everything going off for Ornn, everything for Painkeeper, everything for Man-Eater, and Geomancer Quicksand Scraps is still number 1. So let's go in and turn off auto. Again, taking a look back at the sheet here, what we need to do for the clan boss is we need to go with Man-Eater. He's going to go normal, opening with his A3, and then we're going to go with a Painkeeper A1, A2, then A1 again, then A3. Everyone else is going to be normal. So let's go and do this. Oh, we had a multi-battle going. Let's stop that. Let's go in and start this off. So again, we're going to open with Man-Eater with the A3, and he is going to put that buff on everybody. And Painkeeper, we're going to open with the A1. So there, she does her A1 because this is Ultra Nightmare. Clan boss does his thing. We are still in sync at this point. Geomancer does his A3, puts the HP burn on the clan boss. This is where most of our damage is coming from. We're gonna put a bunch of poisons on the clan boss as well. And now, just when I'm autoing this, I'm not sure if this is the best move, but we will go with the poisons here. There is a little risk of having too many poisons on the clan boss. There's only 10 debuffs that can be on enemy at one time, so there is a risk. But I do like my Slick Priest Ornn because he does detonate the poisons, or some of the poisons here. All right, we don't have a activate all poison activator, but my Slick Priest Ornn to activate some of ours. So now we've done the A1 of Painkeeper. We're going to go with the A2 now, and then we're just going to go normal. Once we hit the A1 for Painkeeper, we should be in sync. So there goes Geomancer. We're going to go activate some of these poisons here and remove some of the buffs. There we go. So that's a good thing, clearing off some of the buffs. We want to make sure that he is the clan boss always has that the HP burn on him. That way we could trigger that passive Geomancer. All right, now we're going to go A1. And we should be in sync. The way to tell if it's in sync is that stun target. There is a stun target. Kale gets stunned. So as of right now, everything is going well. So if we go back to, here it is, deadwagedad.com, and look at this. We see we are right here. Kale's the stun target. And then we are back in sync here. We have all the unkillable buffs up, the block debuffs up as well. And let's look at turn 6 is coming up. This is when we need to choose the clan boss needs to choose the right stun target. And it is coming up right now. Hit Kale, boom, there it is. And if you see what's happening, as we have our turns coming up, we're gonna have Painkeeper go, yep, increasing the turn meter, increasing the cooldowns, and then Man-Eater puts that buff on. So there's the first AoE attack. We're gonna have another one. These buffs should still be up because we are perfectly in sync with our speed. Yeah, Kale's putting those buffs on. We're getting some poison sensitivity. All right, there's a second AoE, and then we're gonna get another stun target. So it's AoE, then single target attack. The single target attack is coming up. And if we look, those life drinkers that we have on our other characters are healing them up so that Kale has the lowest health. And he's not gonna die as long as we're in sync because those unkillable buffs from Man-Eater should remain on him. There it resets again. All right, so I've had this sync up weird sometimes with Taragi, usually around turn 14 or turn 15, but if you see what's happening, this just repeats this process. Now the damage is a little low at this point. We have some better options in our roster for damage characters, but I did not want to mess up the speed, or we already had them built and they were already fast, and I did not want to drop their speed to get in line with our DPS characters for this, or we did not have them built up. So as we watch this, we just want to make sure that on every third turn, you have the right stun target there. All right, so as we look at this is what's going to happen eventually. a lot of these characters are gonna have very, very low health, and it gets very, very scary. So you wanna make sure that at least for the first few times that you do this, you wanna watch this, because I thought it was good. I thought we were good. I walked away and the clan boss chose Taragi as a stun target. Normally, as long as you're in sync at this point, you should be fine as long as it's there. Oh no! We had the wrong stun target there, so this is where some finagling happens. Let's go end this. Now, if this happens, make sure that at this point, if you don't want to use the key, you force close the game. If you end battle, it is just gonna waste that key. You're gonna do no damage to the clan boss. So we're gonna quit out, we're gonna come back. We're going to work with Maneater a little bit and then come back when it's done. As long as our stun targets are good, you should be good. All right, so we're coming up on turn 30. We actually went back and did not switch anything on our Maneater, so I guess there is a little bit of RNG involved, and now it looks like in sync again. So Kale is the stun target. So I think, yeah, so there seems to be some RNG involved in the way these characters are healing up and the way that the clan boss is sucking the target. But usually what I've found, at least in my experience, around turn 14 is where it kind of screws up, if you're gonna see it screw up, and then somewhere around 25 to 27, I guess 27 to 30 is when it usually screws up. But if we get to this point, usually it ends up going all the way. So yeah, just you're gonna watch a little bit. We're going with a budget option, and because it's the budget option, can't just auto and kill everything. But it looks like we are back in sync again. So I'll come back towards the end and we'll look at our damage. Like I said, we're shooting for about 40 million here for a 2-key setup. All right, and we're coming very close to the end. Final stun target before we hit the 50th turn, and 50th turn is when it all goes away, because on the 50th turn, starting at the 50th turn, all attacks will ignore block damage, unkillable buff. So that unkillable is gonna fall off. Here we go. We are close to where we need. We're right about 40 million to get that 2-key for Ultra Nightmare. As the final turn comes, the boss is gonna do an AoE attack, and it is gonna be it. And I think we'll get to 40 with this final attack. There we go. Everyone dies, and we got it. So little RNG. We did the same exact setup for that first run and that second run, but as you can see, the boss did choose Maneater for that first run. Nothing was changed in between as far as the setup, as far as the builds and anything like that. So that is the only thing you got to worry about. Watch those stun target turns. Every third turn is when that stun target happens, or when that stun happens. And the targets we're shooting for as far as damage, over 70 million to get that top chest for Ultra Nightmare. And this is where you're getting a lot of good stuff. On that first day, I did get a Sacred Shard, so there is possible. And I think I got a Void yesterday, so I've only been clearing this 2 days and already got some decent shards there. Celestial chest, not as good. There's no drop, big drop for that, but Nightmare, the top chest and Nightmare, you also get a chance to get some Sacred Shards as well. So this is what we're doing. Some of the problems, it does look like it was RNG, because that first and second run that you saw, exact same setup, exact same start in the turn, and exact same build, did not switch any of the builds. As I was looking for through Maneater, like, oh, we already had his damage up with glyphs. There's no other, or a defense up with glyphs. There's no more defense that I could put on with glyphs unless I totally switch up his kit and everything like that. And I just wanted to do something real quick. So obviously there's a lot better teams in this that could do more damage, but if you're looking for a quick setup, or even especially in the early game, very budget friendly, all you need is a Maneater, Painkeeper. The other characters you can switch out. You might not be able to get as much damage if we don't have that Geomancer, but it is really based on the characters that you have. You can do a lot of different things. There are some other ideas that I have for other clan boss teams that I do want to talk about later on, but this video's already went long enough, so hopefully if you are struggling like I was with this Unkillable clan boss team, I hope this helps solve some of your problems, some of the issues with that stun target that I was having. So I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. Obviously, if you want to start off a brand new account or a second account, log out of your Play and Play and start it off with that QR code or the link in the description. I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out. Take care, guys.